So yeah, here's part two of my One Nation ramble, if you will. So, the first one was mainly about Pauline Hanson, and there was a bit more opinion sort of stuff from me personally in that one than is going to be in this one. So yeah, like I am genuinely just going to stick to the facts on this one because it's yeah I know most of the people that watch that first one only fucking watched it to be like, oh, fuck you, you don't like Pauline. Anyway, here we go. Oh, wait, let me finish. Oh, that'll make a good little cut, won't it? So, yeah, the first real electoral success for the One Nation Party was actually at the Queensland election in '98. And fucking like basically like a whole chunk of the people that actually won seats at that state election left like almost immediately, and a bunch of them formed like the Country Alliance or whatever, and like there was a few that actually like straight up said it's like we're leaving because Pauline Hanson and the two Daves are a fucking controlling cunt. So yeah, basically the party was founded by Pauline Hanson, David Ettridge, and David Oldfield. Remember Oldfield, he will become relevant later. But yeah, fucking yeah, apparently like they were controlling cunts according to some of the people that actually left. Guinness break. And so yeah, like the first election she actually ran for, apart from the like as the One Nation candidate or leader, and not a Liberal candidate on the ballot paper, even though she was disendorsed. It's in the first video. She lost. So the seat got split up in two, right? The seat of Oxley turned into the seat of Oxley and the seat of Blair. I actually am in the seat of Blair, if you can't tell by all the random planes that fucking fly over in my videos. Guinness break. So yeah, those first two there was just for you folks that just want to like hit stir and actually know it's like it's quite clear that I'm not drinking Guinness. It's more like, oh my god, I killed Kenny. And yeah, so basically the Cedar Oxley, now that it had been split, was looking like it was going to be like a safe Labor seat, and that actually ended up getting won by a Labor candidate by the name of Bernie Ripoll, I think it was. And basically, yeah, what happened from there is fucking she actually lost to the Liberal candidate, and that's what they kind of thought was going to happen, but it was kind of like, will One Nation win it or will the Liberals win it? It definitely didn't go that way, and yeah, fucking she ended up fucking losing the seat to, I think it was like Cameron Thompson or something like that. Well, tough titties, Pauline. And yeah, honestly though, in all seriousness, so began the long political career of Pauline Hanson. Thanks to the two Daves. More on that in a bit. So it actually reminds me, funnily enough, the way it sort of happened in Oxley, of a fucking little political quote I fucking heard when I was in school, actually. I ended up looking it up, and it's from a couple of, they found it on the bloody, Wikipedia. It's a couple of fucking, political scientists that fucking put this in a couple of different things, that wrote it down and fucking... Anyway. And I quote, in a number of significant respects, it in fact tends more towards Labour's profile instead. One Nation support, for example, comes disproportionately from manual workers, trade union members, those who describe themselves as working class, though well less educated, and men who have never attended church. A list of characteristics comes close to the defining archetypal Labour voter. The evidence suggests
that the Labour-style voters in rural areas, rather than much more predominantly urban Labour voter, were chiefly attracted to One Nation. Yes.
But yeah, that's what all these fucking, you know, weird hosh posh fucking nerdy cunts fucking think about the average fucking cunt in this country and the average Labour voter in this country. Because let's face it, like, most of us fucking left school early anyway. Like, we're in that less educated sort of. Yeah. May I digress? So. Fuck, where was I? Ah, that's where I was. So Senate, you know, the Senate seat for like Queensland, it was up for one of them. It was up for grabs. Fucking actually did get won by a fucking One Nation candidate. It was like Sue Hill. Fucking. Oh wait, no, that was the name of the fucking case. I'm an idiot. Heather Hill. That was the fucking name, and yes, I had to look that up. Yeah. So fucking. So yeah, the fucking she lost it almost immediately because fucking something like fucking she didn't disclose her British citizenship. Like she was a naturalized Australian, like as in she wasn't born here. She fucking came here and fucking all that. Like a lot of Poms do, but like she didn't give up her fucking British citizenship when she wasn't, which is a part of our constitution that doesn't allow for like foreign influence, right? Like, that's why a country can't just come in and change our laws. Like, do you understand this, guys? You One Nation voters out there. But anyway, yeah, in 1999, New South Wales had an election, and fucking Oldfield, one of the two Daves, he would win a seat in their equivalent of the Senate, the Legislative Assembly, because fucking everything in New South Wales has to be posh now, doesn't it? So yeah, fucking Hanson actually came in a fucking year later and actually fucking kicked him out of the party over what apparently was like one of many lovers' tiffs. So pretty much she reckons that they shagged after he cooked her dinner, and fucking he reckons that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And yeah, fucking didn't bone her. And in fact, he actually claims that she tried to fucking, you know, feel him up and like, you know, sexually harass him. Like, to believe whichever fucking side of the story you want on that. Either way, it's like, damn. So yeah, fucking after the fucking he forced the split, he says something. This is his official fucking thing on the leader of the One Nation Party. And again, I quote, everything including her maiden speech and every word of any consequence she has ever said has actually been written for her. Yeah. That's one of the two Daves right there, right? You know, like, again, I'm just sticking to the facts on this one. Like, none of this is bullshit. This is all out in the open, and you will get that fucking one or the other answers where I list multiple for the fucking people that are actually involved in this. That will be their official reply. Like, fuck you. So yeah, fucking Western Australia, they're always a little bit, you know, they're always a couple hours behind, and that is, you know, true not just to the time zone. So the 2001 Western Australian election, One Nation picked up 3 seats, but the election fucking after the fucking last one I was just talking about, even though they ran candidates and all those other seats that had originally voted for One Nation before all them cunts left, nah, not a bar of it. They were reduced to 3 seats. And yeah, fucking sorry WA, we worked it out a little bit quicker, but don't worry. You have your moment in a few minutes. Oh, yeah, and 2001 was also a pretty big fucking year for One Nation, because that was the year that fucking Ettridge and fucking Hanson got locked up for fucking electoral fraud because they claimed they had 500 members and they didn't. And fucking, that's where I was talking about with the fucking emails in the last fucking video. If you actually fucking watched more than a couple of minutes of it. So yeah, the 2004 Queensland election, fucking looking even worse for them. Fucking, they got reduced to one person, one seat, and that was fucking. That's right. You're not gonna like this. Her name was Rosa Lelong. That was the one candidate that, MP for One Nation that remained in Queensland. To all you fucking One Nation fans out there, Lelong. So yeah, before Rosa Lelong basically just started acting as an independent, One Nation actually lost in 2005, like a year later. Fucking, they actually lost federal party status. Like, they weren't a federal party to elect, but they did still have a couple of state parties. Like, but Western Australian One Nation actually did collapse, kind of like after fucking their vote collapsed in Western Australia as well. And yeah, they fucking actually disbanded in Western Australia. I bet you didn't know that. So, 6 candidates ran in the South Australian election. And fucking, this is for the lower house, and I'll pull up some fucking little stats here. Their actual, like, fucking highest, like, little goes in fucking South Australia during the election was, this is for fucking, the seat of Hammond was 4.1%, and the seat of Goyder, however the fuck you say that, was 2.7%. Like, so that's like 0.8% of the entire state's vote went to One Nation. Like, that's fucking less than 8,000 people. Like, get out of it. So yeah, don't, this is before the Western Australian one disbanded as well, going on there, I do remember fucking pointing out that they were behind on the times. But yeah, fucking, it was 2006 that all of this fucking went down. And yeah, like, the only real fucking thing they had was the Tableland seat in the state election, won by Rosa Lelong, who was basically an independent in the state of Queensland. Like, again, you can't make this shit up. Rosa Lelong. That's anyone from Cairns knows that fucking family name, and like, so yeah, at the fucking next election in Queensland as well, they fucking even got less than that, like 0.1%. But yeah, fucking the federal election, the party fucking polled terribly again, because that's just what they fucking do. Like, and yeah, fucking, what's his name? Fucking a couple of candidates. You know what? I'm sorry, I gotta do it again. I gotta pull up some fucking notes on this one, because it's just like, fucking, like, Pauline Hanson and 3 other candidates, Malcolm Roberts from Queensland, Brian Burston from New South Wales, and Rod Collerton from Western Australia were elected to the Senate. Collerton would leave because of infighting before he was fucking stripped of his seat because he went bankrupt. And then on top of that, when he tried to fucking be like, oh, come on. Like, okay, look, going bankrupt, you might not think that's much. Like, and I'm scratching my head at that. But next part is fucking just hilarious. Because, again, let me point this out, right? Fucking, who are we talking about here? Collerton from Western Australia. And again, you can't make this up. He fucking had the Western Australian fucking, dude that won his fucking seat was stripped of it. And when he appealed, they fucking found out it was you're still not getting your seat back because you've got convictions in New South Wales. Like, fucking posh cunts get to fucking have the most fun, it seems. He's got a conviction in New South Wales and he fucking just won an election in Western Australia. Like, man's fucking, seeing the country. Gotta give him credit for that. You know what? I'm actually really liking this. I'm actually just gonna fucking pretty much pull this up for the rest of the fucking video because it's just a fucking list of like how fucked you all are. So during the fucking 2017 Western Australian election, fucking several One Nation candidates turned around fucking either quit or like, endorsed by the party and fucking like Dane Sawson, right? And one of those fucking candidates and shit even provided like a copy of fucking Western Australia's fucking candidate agreement, which is like a fucking form that they all had to fucking sign that fucking cost something like, that's right, yeah, notes. Yeah. $250,000 if they chose to leave the party. So basically, if you're like, nah, fuck this fucking weird, wacky shit, I'm going to leave, you've got to pay them $250,000 for the fucking privilege. They get to keep all the fucking campaign fucking money and shit. It's all still theirs. Like, you're just going to pay that for the privilege. Like, and mind you, like, candidates have to, in any party, have to pay for their own political material. Like, that's not coming from the party, it's coming from like a little bit of money that the party's allocated to the, depending on the seat they want to fucking win, and then fucking like you've as the candidate have fucking got to put a bit of your own fucking money in to get that fucking happening, whether that comes from donations or fucking where it comes from your own fucking pocket. And believe it or not, more times than not, when it comes to, one specific party or the rare few independents these days, it comes from their own fucking pocket. Funny that. Oh yeah, there's another fucking funny bit, right? So One Nation actually did form like a fucking, in that sort of same like era of things, like it formed like a conservative bloc with the Liberal Democrats, as in the ones who wanted to legalize fucking pigs. And no, I don't mean police officers. I mean bacon, pork product pigs. Having sex with pigs. Again, you can't make this shit up. And the, fucking Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party in Western Australia. Look, okay, fair enough. Like, I'm not really gonna make fun of them. There's not really a whole lot to make fun of. Like, so yeah, fucking, there was another one that lost his fucking seat there. And fucking, I'm sorry, I did forget to write it in my notes, but I can't remember why he actually fucking wasn't eligible to take that Senate seat. But yeah, fucking, someone named Fraser Anning ended up taking it, and that same day, I shit you not, they left and became an independent. Are you seeing a trend here? Oh, piss break for this one. So yeah, fucking James Ashby. He's like this political advisor of hers and whatnot. Fucking, there was a fucking a taped conversation that they fucking had where it's just like she was basically charging the candidates like ridiculously inflated prices for their like campaign materials. So like pamphlets, fucking core flutes to fucking pin up so someone can draw my moustache on it or whatever and shit like that, right? Like, oh mate, that was a good fucking piss. Oh, and then in like 2018, fucking what's his name, fucking Brian Burston or whatever, he actually turned around and tendered his resignation from the party because Pauline Hanson was wanting to support and did support the corporate tax cut that Malcolm Turnbull was bringing in. So like, this wasn't a normal tax cut for like normal fucking people, this was like a tax cut specifically for corporations that Turnbull brought in, right? And she's, fucking, she was a big supporter of it, right? That was her fucking thing, right? They had a whole shit fight for about a month, and he actually fucking, he did the same thing as, again, you're seeing a trend here, fucking leaving. I don't know how else to fucking spell this out, but I digress. Oh, wait. I digress. So, some of the names I've already mentioned as well, by the way, were actually, before they were One Nation candidates, were actually fucking Labour candidates or members and shit, right? So, the next name I'm going to mention isn't actually the first to do this. This is where Mark Latham joins the party. As in the former Labour leader that fucking, ran a fucking opposition campaign against John Howard fucking back in the day. Like, yeah. Former Labour leader joins One Nation. So, fucking that same year that fucking, about a year after actually, that fucking Mark Latham joined the party and had won a Senate seat in New South Wales. So, like, the New South Wales Legislative Assembly, not the Federal Senate. Fucking about a year after that, fucking Pauline actually got caught out fucking trying to chat up and, like, beg for fucking donations from, like, the NRA in America, like the National Rifle Association or whatever it is. And another a private company called Coke. No, not Coca-Cola, as in the caffeinated liquid that we all wish had cocaine in it. No, Coke Industries, like, fucking, like, you know what? Just, look, all you weird fucking One Nation supporters, just suck it up for a moment and look up Friendly Geordie's video on Coke. Koch. Yeah, like, they're not the kind of people you'd think that Pauline Hanson would go begging for donations but she did. So it's pretty much just a bunch of more boring moments and shit from then until like 2003 when Pauline Hanson, from one reason or another, decided to kick Mark Latham out of the party, and fucking so he ended up fucking serving as an independent, like, because I don't know, maybe she thought it was like a threat to her, like, federal leadership of the party, but anyway, he took a bloke by the name of Rod Roberts with him as well, but and again, I'm just gonna read this name because I actually don't know how to pronounce this properly. I don't actually know where it's from, but she was announced almost immediately afterwards as the next leader for New South Wales branch of the party, and her name was Tanya Mikhailuk. I'm just noticing that the only ones that seem to have like a whole lot of success within the party seem to have very, foreign originating last names. Not the typical Smith or, Bob. Like, there's either really pompous things like fucking Ettridge or Oldfield, or there's fucking, Lilong. Again, Lilong or Mihail, whatever. Again, I'm sorry if you actually know how it's pronounced, and I'm genuinely fucking sorry, because I'll look at that on a piece of paper. I don't know how to say it. So if someone could use some bogan English text in the comments to actually tell me how that's pronounced, then cheers. She would quit. Yeah, she would quit with a bloke as well, fucking the MP for Miriani, or whatever the fucking seat's name is called, fucking Stephen Andrews, fucking went with her. And fucking, it's funny because fucking there's a bloke who was fucking before them two, fucking my name is Ben Dawkins, that also fucking decided, you know what, I'm a skedaddle. But you know what? There was actually one good thing that fucking came from 2003 from One Nation, and it was in the federal Senate, actually. They decided, and by they I mean Pauline Hanson decided, to actually back the Albanese Labor government and Bill Shorten on a fucking crackdown on the fraud and shit like that was happening with the NDIS. I mean, at least there was that. Like, Jack, like, because again, that's fucking something. I'm not even joking here. Like, I believe that. Like, fucking, all the fraud and misuse of the NDIS system, like, the whole fucking reason we set that up, and they fucking cracked down at it. And Pauline Hanson, whether it was, her conscience that was like, no, we should stop this, or it was like fucking political wedging, where it's like, okay, if she doesn't support this, she's going to look really bad and would probably lose, a chunk of votes from the people that have, believing in her whole Hansonism or whatever. Or like, all these Hansonites that you fucking got out there. But yeah, fucking, whether it was like one or the other, that's for one to decide. But she did at least actually genuinely, like, yeah, she backed the current government that we have now. Yeah, like, she backed them when Bill Shorten was still an MP and Albanese was still the Prime Minister. She went and backed them when they came down on the fraud. Like, there was, yeah. For that, cheers, Pauline. But yeah, fucking, regardless of that, like, regardless of like any of the fucking point that she actually fucking wants to abolish the NDIS or fucking, doesn't, she wants to remove like the requirements of like, disabled accessibility within like building codes and shit, because fuck people in wheelchairs. There is one trend that, not the everyone leaving kind of trend that occurs in this video, but that I've, talked about, but there is actually one trend when you get into the nitty gritty of the numbers of like, who kind of votes where and shit like that. There's something really fucking funny that occurs. Like, they always do best in the modern day in regions that were, again, typically Labour voting regions. They were places of like working class or fucking, like fucking blue collar, not white collar fucking workers. Like, so the places that they've seen the most fucking success has been like Central Queensland, Darling Downs, and like the Wide Bay fucking Burnett regions of fucking like, again, here in fucking southeast Queensland, or the Hunter, like the Hunter Valley. And again, like, these are fucking like rural and fucking agricultural and like manufacturing and fucking like working at coal mining, like for the sake of the hunter and shit like that. But like, that's their jam, like the working class, and that's where One Nation has been aiming their vote. It kind of saddens me that like we've stopped caring so much about our fucking politics and whatnot that we succumb to these fucking figures like Hanson and whatnot. Like, we've forgotten about our own history as like a country independent from the British. We've forgotten about it. It's kind of sad. Like, everyone talks about like some of these Hanson voters talk about like fucking how it's like, there's nothing wrong with being white. There's something that they always hark on about, and it's like, no, there isn't. Like, it's not about fucking not taking pride or anything like that. It's just about remembering your fucking history, and none of you fucking cunts that ever tout that fucking line actually know anything about your own history. So you can shut the fuck up. When you know about your fucking history, you'll take pride in some of the fucking accomplishments that we as the, immigrants and fucking settlers of this country have actually accomplished. but you also remember some of the bad shit because that's just what you do. You remember history so it doesn't repeat. And yeah, like, even some of their fucking better performers within the One Nation Party were fucking former Labour Party fucking members and shit. And, like, the only real problem within the One Nation Party is that fucking Pauline Hanson, just, again, like, she has a fucking thing for going full Karen, complaining to the manager, but she is the fucking manager when even One Nation supporters or fucking members and shit actually call her out on her bullshit. Like, a lot of you folks that support the party, like, I know yous, and I know that you're not some of this fucking shit that we see in, like, the majority of One Nation fucking voters. Like, but that's the thing is you're such a small population. Like, you're fucking nothing in comparison to, like, there's just so little of you. You think there's a lot of you, but there isn't. And, like, it's sad that more people are getting sucked in your weird little world views while you're worshipping this figure instead of... It's when these random cunts leave, you follow them. Like, it's just... support them. Like, support the ones within that party that actually fucking represent you. Like, there's this bloke, he's related to someone I know in the, federal seat of Blair, but, like, it's just I think it's like Ipswich West for fucking, the state one, right? I think that's where he ran from. But yeah, he was a One Nation candidate. And and I've never met the bloke, but according to every single person I know, he was a fucking good bloke. He was just a normal bloke. And he had some fucking good intentions. It's like, if you have someone like that you're voting for and they, fucking in a good chance to win the seat, and then they leave to run as an independent, remember him. Vote for him. Regardless of all this online fucking bullshit. Fucking stop following that fucking spastic bitch that is Pauline Hanson. Because all the good shit One Nation has actually accomplished, they did backing up the Labour Party or getting members from the Labour Party. Fuck yous all. Cheers.
Fucking like, subscribe, and all that other bullshit. Have a good one.